Good morning. I hope this morning finds you that you have slept well and that you are motivated to get today's start. But if not, then I want to try and help encourage you and motivate you today. Today is called Are You Turning the Faucet Off Too Soon? Now, it's winter, so most of you will keep your faucets dripping so that way your pipes don't freeze. But today I'm not going to talk to you about pipes. I'm not going to talk to you about how cold it is outside or about winter. We're going to talk about water today. So if you want to drink water, what do? You go to the cabinet, you grab a cup, you go to the refrigerator to either push the lever or to turn the faucet on. Now, if you just grabbed a cup and you went to the sink or you went to the refrigerator, would you have the outcome that you wanted as far as getting a drink of water? No, you wouldn't. You have to make that next step in order to begin getting the water. So you have to turn the faucet on. You have to push the cup in for the refrigerator. Now, what happens when the water starts rising and it starts to get to the top? Well, we usually turn off the faucet or we, move the cup forward so that way it's not pushing on the lever. But my question for you is, what if we didn't stop the refrigerator from flowing with water? Or we didn't stop the sink, the faucet, we didn't turn the faucet off? What would happen? Okay, if we sit here and think about it, the water would overflow of the mold of the cup, depend on the size of it. And it'll begin, if it's in a sink, it'll begin filling up the sink. Okay, so it begins filling up a different shape, a bigger mold. The refrigerator, it just overflows from the cup and it starts going all over the place. So it starts making somewhat of a mess. Let's think about that for a minute. Yes, it may have made a mess, but it filled and it's touched more things and bigger molds. Now, what am I talking about? Are we turning off God's potential in our lives because it doesn't meet the mold of our current life or situation? Meaning, let's take David, for example. We all know the story of David and Goliath. All right, David was a shepherd boy, and his father told him to go bring his brothers some food. His brothers were currently at war, per se, fighting Goliath. So David went to go bring them some food. Let's just say that David went and brought some food and stopped right there, turned around and went home. Yeah, David would still be a shepherd boy, and we may have known about him, we may not have known about him as more of a shepherd boy. But David didn't let his current situation or his current age or his current job keep him from walking into the possibilities. David decided, because he heard Goliath sitting there saying all kinds of things about the God that he believes in, and he saw the soldiers, saw everybody around him catering back to fear and not rising up. So David, instead of fitting the mold of his age, fitting the mold of his surroundings, he stepped out and he said that he would kill Goliath. All right, so he didn't turn the faucet off. He didn't turn around and walk away. Well, we all know that David ended up killing Goliath, but before we even get to that, even when David was trying on the armor, because everybody's like, oh, you need to wear armor, you need to do this, you need to do that. If David did that, do you think he would have won against Goliath? No. So again, he didn't let the current situation or the current mold that's going on around him, of the shape of life that was going on around him, to keep him from continuing to move forward. He then decided that he was going to kill Goliath the way that God had given him the gifts and the abilities to do so. And that was with the slingshot. So David picked up the slingshot, and he did exactly what he loved to do and what he was trained to do, what he knew how to do as a boy. And he killed Goliath. All right, now we know that later on in the Bible, David becomes a king. But did that come easy? Were there messes? Were there hard times? Were there struggles? Were there unknown? Yes, there was. But David didn't allow the struggles, the unknown, and the messes to keep him from walking into the gifts and the passions that God has given him. In the same way, don't let the gifts and the passions, don't turn off the gifts and the passions that God has created in you just because it doesn't fit your current life situation or the current mold of your life. Because God just very well may want the faucet to continue running and flowing out of you so that way it can continue to touch more people. And in that's where you're going to end up finding the vision that God may have put on your heart or on your mind, and touching more people and serving God and walking in the way that He wants you to walk in. And it's not going to be easy. But will it touch more people? Will it help more people? Will it get you out of a situation that you may be struggling in right now? Yes. Okay. So today, are you turning the faucet off too soon? Are you turning off God's abilities and gifts that He has put within you too soon to fit the mold of your current life? I challenge you this week to begin walking out into the unknown, making that next step, and allow the possibilities to overfill your cup and your current situation. I love you guys. I hope you have a great day. I hope that this was encouraging and motivating to you to help you get out of your comfort zone. And this can be for young or old. I want to end you with Psalms 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not be in want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He restores my soul. He guides me in the paths of righteousness for His name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, so even though you go through messes and hard times, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. He gives you the gifts that you are supposed to have, or that He has called you to have. My cup overflows. Surely goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. So again, I want to read, surely goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life. And that happens after God anoints David. And yes, this psalm is from David. Let God's anointing run through you today. Don't turn it off too soon. Have a great day.